Good evening. Trade plan for tomorrow. Post budget. Budget done. Tomorrow will be 24th July. Budget is done. Jittery day. Nervous fall. Steady recovery. अब क्या होगा? Okay, let's see. Step by step. This is the daily chart for Nifty here on the right side. What do you see? You see a strong buying emerging out at 24,102. Exactly the level that I had mentioned yesterday. If you're not watching trade plans, you're just missing out on the additional inputs that you can use in your trading to understand what could be the possible levels, and therefore you can enhance your trading. I had mentioned 102 to 144 or something like that level would be very important. So we got the recovery exactly from 102, 24102. In fact, it went down to 24074. That was today's low. More or less 26 points below the stated level, but strong recovery. Let's focus on Nifty first. Bank Nifty will come later. So in the intraday chart, I was expecting the recovery till 24464. Good thing it has closed above this level. Not so good thing, it is not closed above 24509, which was preferable. Ideally, what was preferable was a close above 24608. If you do not understand the meaning of this, you'll have to go back to yesterday's trade plan to understand why these levels were critical. Anyway, so it's fallen just short of um, the expected level. Now what? Yes, this is the hourly charts. Go back to daily. Candlestick pattern is quite like hammer, so that's okay. But there are few things we need to observe. Let me draw something very interesting for you. And you need to understand how do I analyze. ये एक बार फॉल आया था. This was on 4th June. From 4th June, there is a steady recovery, and the top was made on 19th July. And till today, that is 33 trading days and 49 calendar days. बहुत होता है. The trend did not change. Remember, I said 508 was the level day before yesterday. For yesterday, the level was 362. And now the level for tomorrow will be 74, 24074. These are the levels, 24074, for example, for tomorrow close. Anytime the close is below this level, the bulls have thrown in the towel. That you need to understand. तो एक तो ये रेंज आप समझ लीजिए जो मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूं. Another range that you need to understand is here. Any guess what I've drawn? What have I drawn? Any guess? I've given you a few seconds. Let me explain this. Bank Nifty is closed today at 51778. Is the lowest close in the last 19 trading days and 28 calendar days. इसका मतलब समझते हैं आप? In fact, it made a all-time high on 4th July, that is 12 trading days back. So for the last 12 trading days and 19 calendar days, Bank Nifty has not been able to make a fresh all-time high. Nifty made a fresh all-time high 2 trading days back, but Bank Nifty this has been 12 trading days back and 19 calendar days back, and this is the lowest it has closed in 19 trading days. The prior low was here on 24th June when this close was below this level. This close at that time was at 51703. Today's close at 51778. So for 19 trading days, this is the lowest. It's important for you to have this information sink into your brain. Distribution is happening. The preparation is on for a fall. However, the trend hasn't changed yet. The trend will be spotted on um, Nifty, not on Bank Nifty. If you have been able to absorb this information, let me show you something else. Look at the charts of the top 4 stocks of the market of Nifty. I have the number 1 stock, HDFC Bank, followed by Reliance, followed by ICICI Bank, and then the fourth one is Infosys. Infosys, the number 4 stock of the Nifty 50, is sitting on a gap up. So IT is holding the market. Understand this. Next stock, ICICI, the third biggest stock, is actually sitting on a gap up, which you will not be able to see. But if you notice, on 3rd July, this closed at 1201 and then it opened at 1229. So ये जो gap it had created on 4th July, between 3rd and 4th July, Bank Nifty is enjoying this gap. ICICI Bank is enjoying this gap. However, the trend has moved down slowly. In fact, if you saw my trade plan yesterday, this is kind of a double top that you are seeing. Made a top here at 1257.8, but could not touch this level and made a level of 1256.45. ICICI Bank also, if you give me a minute, I'll explain this, has also closed at the low of how many days? Almost 13 trading days. Let me hide this. Too many indicators and levels confuse you, but I think this should be good enough. So ये जो level आज बंद हुआ है, this level was last seen on 3rd July when it closed at 1201. उसके बाद it has always closed above this level. Even today it is closed above, but this is the lowest in the last so many days. What is this hinting you? There is a weakness coming in. What I'm most uncomfortable is the gap down that was created on HDFC Bank on 5th July. In fact, usse pehle the gap down was on 4th July. It made a gap up, breakaway gap, and it made a gap down the next day. So this gap exists between 3rd July and 4th July, and then there was another massive gap between 4th July and 5th July. Listen, HDFC Bank is not a bank which will show the move with 100, 200 crores worth of investments. It has to be something really massive to see this huge gap, and it has been so many trading days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12-13 trading days हो चुके हैं, and it has never been able to fill this gap. Forget that gap. Even this gap it has not been able to fill. In fact, all the good work it did yesterday of bouncing back and hitting this level of 1647, I had explained this yesterday in the trade plan. got negated when the same level acted as a resistance and the HDFC Bank started falling. It has not fallen below the 1599 level, which was the last known level in the recent times. ये टूटने की देर है, उसके बाद hell can break loose. Reliance created a gap down post its result yesterday. The gap wasn't filled. There has been a consistent, so people, insiders probably somewhere, were aware and they were exiting. They were exiting Reliance from somewhere here. Do you see almost a double top kind of a formation here? This top is 3217.6. This top is 3211, 3210. This is 3211.7. It could never recover to this level. ये गया यहाँ पे, ये M type का बना है double top, and then massive offloading. Some retailers getting in, massive offloading, and then offloading at whatever price. कुछ भी लो यार, मुझसे Reliance का stock ले लो. This isn't comfortable. Top two scripts of Nifty 50, there are no takers. Do you understand what it means? If today this gap was filled, there was a chance. But today this gap not only hasn't been filled, but a newer low has been made and a close has been below this. Bulls are about to throw in the towel at any moment. If these two entities go negative, the entire 48 scripts of Nifty 50 will not be able to match the might of these two, HDFC Bank and Reliance. If you do not understand the constituents of Nifty 50, you need to go back to your drawing board and understand the DNA of the market. Market hasn't turned negative yet as per the trend change rules that I explain and teach the elite group, which is the all the participants of my various prior coaching batches. They know the finer nitty-gritties of what I'm sharing here. They know it beyond that. In fact, we have a call scheduled tomorrow in the noon time where I will explain even the finer nitty-gritties for them to be prepared when to do what to do. Well, I'll give you some hints here, and I will also give you some hints in the live session tomorrow in the morning trade at 9 o'clock, where I come and talk about the morning trade for exactly 1 hour in the morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., because we don't believe in sitting in front of the terminal whole day and wasting our time. Most of our job is done within the first few minutes of the day. That's how we trade, right? So we do not unnecessarily waste money on brokerages, taxes, blah blah blah, and also get frustrated taking 1,000 trades. We just take 1 or 2 trades and we are done for the day, sorted. And you can get busy with your work, your job, your consulting, or your self-employment, or your business, or whatever. Sure, you can sit in front of the terminal and watch the charts whole day, but then you need not trade. So trend change rules haven't yet turned negative, but early signs are loud and clear, and the HDFC Bank and Reliance charts are screaming, enough is enough. The market has seen the extreme highs. 24,854 is a high. Tomorrow, if Nifty starts trading confidently above 24464 and goes above 24509 and trades above 24600 or so, then there is a possibility that we may see a little bit of an upswing once again, which may or may not last optimistically up to 24,854 or whatever. It may, but then chances are less, because these two are obviously not supporting as of now. So we will wait for the scientific evidence for us to take short trade. Which index would we consider? Needless to say, if you've been following me, we prefer Nifty for long trades on the call side, and we prefer Bank Nifty for short trades or on the put side. You can see Bank Nifty is much weaker. It has been many days it has seen a new all-time high. It has been many days it is lamenting and consolidating within this zone of 55,500 and 53,400 broadly. If this range of this high and this low, which was the lowest low in the recent times, not only the lowest close, but also the lowest the low in the recent times, I think we are very close to some kind of a trend reversal very soon. When does that happen? And what do we need to do? I have hinted you enough. Can't give you the precise call. I've hinted you enough. And the elite group would be ready to mint money. It is better to either do morning trades within the first few minutes of the day and be done with it, or get into a swing trade and pick up a huge move. Huge means huge. There's so many of my coaching participants who have picked up their career high moves, not just 100, 200 points, but 300, 400, 500, 600, even 1,000 plus points, ladies and gentlemen. 1,000 पॉइंट का मूव उन्होंने पिक किया है, and more, even more than 1,000 points. And I'll probably create a video for that in the next few days. But the reality is, if you get a swing like that, and if you're able to pick up 1,000 plus points, or at least even 500 points, you're sorted for the month, because it depends. If you understand and get good at it, then even if you get the opportunity once a month or twice a month, or even once in 2 months for that matter, you need to only trade on that day with tremendous amount of conviction and get the results, and then stand by the side like this and smile. No need to desperately trade again and again. You want to understand this? Feel free to be part of the seventh Go Green program that will be launched in the due course of time. But I have started accepting the signups, and the link to register for the sign up for the interest is shared in the video description below. Remind me, and I will also share it in the morning trade session tomorrow. But then learn the scientific way to trade. Do not gamble. What you've been gambling, what you've been doing so far, probably, very likely, is gambling. What I explain in my coaching program is how to trade scientifically with evidence. That evidence is so simple to interpret. Even a class 8 kid can do it. You don't have to look at the open interest data, and the Dow Jones of the world, and the dollar indexes of the world, and the Nasdaq of the world. कुछ नहीं देखने की जरूरत है. It is simple maths. Simple maths. I'll be explaining more details to the elite group participants, that is the participants of my previous coaching batches, and I will discuss the finer nitty-gritties with them tomorrow around noon. I'm giving you some hints here, and I'll be giving some hints in the morning session. Please feel free to join in and see if you can pick up some of those hints. Meanwhile, so on the put side, I'll be considering Bank Nifty, and if this breaks, we got a bounce typically from 51,537. The next level is 50,900 broadly, and if this breaks, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we may see 49,717. Remember this date of 25th of July trade plan to go back and hear me say 49,717. वक्त आएगा वो भी. We may even go lower, but I'm just saying this is a move which is available, and this is almost how much from here? 2,000 पॉइंट का मूव रेडी हो रहा है. लेकिन एंट्री कब करनी है, कौन सी स्ट्राइक में करनी है, विच एक्सपायरी टू कंसिडर, that you either figure it out yourself or you need to be part of the coaching program. Can't help it. Can't give a call like this here, but hints are enough on the platter for you. Remember this date of the trading plan recorded on 24th for 25th of July. Budget day हो गया है. Post budget reactions and responses and reflex actions will be seen tomorrow and in the next couple of days. But then the writing is on the wall, and the inevitable is just postponed even if we get a good move tomorrow on the upside. Stay alert. अभी तक तो सब ठीक है. Till the end of the day, all is well. But remember, I'll give you another hint. Remember, um, if this week doesn't close above 24,505, that's a loud hint for you to consider the prepare for the big move. Wish you all the best. Have a green day tomorrow. More in the live session tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. Have a green day.